Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to season 2, episode 6 here on Yankee Weekly with the Ace Avenue and I. How you doing? How you looking? How you living? How you feeling out there on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook? We're all over the place. Tough loss, Ace. Very fun game. But how you doing, man? How's your week been so far with
Man,
everything?
I'm doing good, man. Very busy weekend, to say the least, not just for Yankee baseball, but just in life in general. You know what I'm saying? Voice is getting a little shot. I wish we had a Yankee day off coming off so I could rest my voice. But you know what? You know how we do, Max. We got to grind out here like the Yankees tried to grind out today. An unfortunate outcome, to say the least, but both teams played well. It was a great game, great stream, but it doesn't take away from the fact that the Yankees still had a great week. 4-2 on this week, 5 series wins in a row as we prepare for Jackie Robinson Day tomorrow, where we head to a different
Mm,
country to take on the Blue Jays, who we beat 2 out of 3, looking to do the same. They're going to be looking for some revenge. But it was a tough loss in today's game. Obviously, that's what people are going to want to talk about the most because that's recency biased. That's basically what just happened. But to
mm-hmm.
me, it was still a great week of baseball. We saw a lot of good things. Stanton started getting hot. Volpe continues to tear it up, going against Clase in a clutch moment right there with two
Bro.
outs coming through. Aaron Judge bat started to get going. But there are some things to concern. The Yankee infield defense to me is a big, question mark that we should talk a little bit more about going forward. Gleyber Torres is starting to piss me off. But overall, like I said, a lot of good things happen. I'm not gonna let this one loss take away from uh, you know, the good things that happened this week. People want me to blame Boone, but I'm not gonna blame Boone. The Guardians played well. They just hit the ball and it happens. It is what it is. But what did you think about this week in general and this game as well?
Of course, it's awesome that we win both series. First and foremost, we keep winning, like you said, 5 straight. We're one of the few teams that has done that still this season. The Guardians were one of those teams until the Yankees came into town. The Marlins series, it would have been nice to sweep those guys because they walked in 1-9 to start. But it's hard to win every single game. It's hard to win
Mm-hmm.
3 straight against a team. It doesn't matter what the record is. So at the end of the day, as long as we're winning these series, that's what I care about. Yeah, today it would have been nice to see this sweep. We had it multiple times today. Uh, we were up 3-0, then we were up 4-2, then we were up, of course, 7-5. Like, there's multiple chances for this team to win, but like you said, the infield defense kind of cost us the game. Rizzo, 2 errors today on first base, and then Gleyber Torres, the error at the end that cost us the game, I would say. No, it didn't help with Caleb Ferguson hanging over the pitches over the plate, but the rain came down. I don't know if it was a wet ball for Gleyber Torres. He just loses it right there. Just a debacle. Volpe, he had tough time on the transfer. It could have been a double play. He couldn't get it off. So it's just like an avalanche effect, it seemed like, at the end of the game there. But overall, man, like you said, you cannot be sitting here and bashing this team 12-4 after coming off another series win. So tough opponent tomorrow in Toronto, the Blue Jays. But we took one series against them already. Let's see if we can do it again. But it was a crazy, crazy game. This is probably the I would say this is probably the toughest loss so far this season for
Mm-hmm.
the Yankees.
Yeah. But one of the more exciting games of the year with the ups and downs and stuff like that. So it was a good time. But what's up to everybody in the building? Thank you guys for everybody popping in. Make sure you guys hit those likes and subscribes. But yeah, I mean, it was a tough loss, but like I said, it shouldn't take away from the grand scheme of things. Do losses suck? Yeah, but we'll be at it tomorrow. Yankees win
Hmm.
tomorrow, take 2 out of 3 for the Blue Jays again. We'll forget all about this loss. If we keep winning series, that's all that really matters to me at the end of the day. And certain players are coming alive. Stan's having better at bats. Uh Aaron Judge has looked good this week, a lot better from when the last time that we talked to him. But it's just, you can't win them all, like you had said. You can't, it's unrealistic to expect a baseball team to go 159-3. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you're gonna get losses. It is what it is. But as long as the players out there keep playing, thank you, Blue Thunder. Appreciate that. Like he said, Yankees Yankees aren't bad, but it was a great win. You know what I'm saying? It was just a bad game. It happens. But a lot of good things happen as well this week. So, let's go Yankees.
Yeah, Blue Thunder. He's a Toronto Blue Jays fan. Says even me can't say this. Yankees are bad. Great game. Yeah, I know you're scared. I know you're shaking in your boots over there, Blue Thunder. But thank you, Blue Thunder. But yeah, man, like Verdugo, another name to mention that's his bat is starting to get heated up a little bit here. Today not so much, but walking into today, the last 5 games he was hitting 438. Walking in. So good to see him. Like that's what we needed from Verdugo, especially hitting at the bottom of the lineup. We wanted a guy like that to kind of get on base, bring in those runs. That's like the top of the order they get on. He brings them home. But Ron says Verdugo is a rally killer. He should bat in 8th or 9th. A horrible loss. I wouldn't say it's a horrible loss, but
And I would say he's a rally killer. After what you just said, last 5-6 games he's been hitting almost 500.
yeah, Ron's just referring to him hitting into those double plays. Bases loaded, not coming up big, but yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, but I liked how he's finally getting on base, though. The first week of baseball, he was hitting 200, and we
Yep.
brought him in to get those doubles. He led I think the AL in doubles last season with the Boston Red Sox. So a contact guy that can just flat out get on base. That's what we need. But today didn't pan out our way. Like
Exactly.
the bullpen was a little rocky. Clay Holmes, he was shaky at first, but he got through it. Caleb Ferguson just hanging too many pitches over the plate in the infield defense. Just couldn't get it done. Couldn't get it done. Chef Nick in the house. Hey, guys, how you doing? Good call in the game today, Max. The Yankees should look to trade players in their walk-off year. Torres and even Holmes. We can do better next season without them. My opinion on that, Chef Nick, it's going to be tough to trade Torres because teams know he's a free agent after the next season. And really, he hasn't been playing that well. So I don't know what kind of package they can get back for Torres, but Clay Holmes, they're not going to trade him. They're not going to trade him. I think they have a thought in their mind that they can definitely re-sign him for not that much money. But what are your thoughts on that, Ace, on that comment?
Glaber, first of all, I'm not trading Glaber for nothing. Let's be honest. Like, as much as he pisses me off, unless we get something good, and then you also have to realize what prospect are you bringing up to play that position. LeMahieu can't play second base every day. You know what I'm saying? He's at the latter stage of his career, he can't play it every day. If you're telling me, like, let's say Beavis was lighting it up, or some of the other, or Arias was ready, which he's a ways away, then maybe I'd consider it. But I'm not giving away Glaber for peanuts. As far as Clay Holmes, I was actually thinking about this today. I think he's getting a lot of unwarranted slander thrown his way because of the innings are tough, but he still hasn't given up a run. Like, is it hard for him? Yes. Does he make it harder on himself? Absolutely. But he's getting hit hard, but he's getting picked up, and it's like he still hasn't given up a run. Class A didn't give up a run before this game, and then we got to him. Clay Holmes still came through. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's time that I just as much as anybody tend to give guys like Gleyber Torres and Clay Holmes slack. But maybe it's time to ease up on him just a little bit because he has looked solid overall. Like, is it tough? Yeah. Is it hard to watch? Absolutely. But he's looked decent. He's looked good overall.
Yeah, so Clay Holmes right now, 8 games, 8 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. None of them are earned. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And I saw in my stream right before I ended it, someone say Clay Holmes sucks. I'm like, first of all, it wasn't even his fault that we lost today, right? I mean, I don't know why, but like you said, he has a no ERA right now. Like, yes, it is very stressful. We're all on the edge of our seats. We're all biting our nails. I get that, but he is doing his job at the end of the day. He only has 1 blown save. Class A walked in, perfect line down the line, bro. Like, no earned runs, like 6 strikeouts, no walks. Perfect for the saves, 4 for 4. And then Volpe just changes all of that, man. What a at bat by him, by the way. I mean, you couldn't, like, I was saying this earlier, man. The progression from year 1 to now, it's I don't think anybody thought this was going to happen. Like, Volpe has just been so damn good this season, and you got to probably make that like it has to be Juan Soto has to have his fingerprint on that, bro.
Yeah.
Like they showed the side by side yesterday of his swing, and it's completely different from last season. It's not like the swing was more flat last year. His you could see him shifting his weight more in his legs, and just the feet. It's more planted and stuff. I can't believe it, man. This guy came up so damn big for us today.
Yep.
I mean,
Not.
what? First of all, I couldn't really watch your stream at the time, but what
Mhm.
was your reaction to that double man by
Oh,
Volpe?
dude, I got hyped. I like my voice is shot. Like I said, I had a weekend where doubleheader yesterday, had a lot going on, so my voice is shot. But I was like, the voice be damned. I was pumping my chest out, everything like yo. But like I said, nobody. Okay, I've been on record to say that I thought Volpe was going to be an all star this year, but not to this level of how
Mhm.
good he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he's his all the things that you mentioned. I'm also going to add his two strike approach is way different this year. He's looking to take balls to right field, which is what he did off Clase.
Yeah.
Clase, 100-mile-per-hour cutter. Volpe takes opposite way for a hit. And this is
Yeah.
something that I was saying on the stream, not just Volpe, but I'll take our 1 through 3 with Volpe, Soto, and Judge against anybody's 1 through 3 in baseball right
Yeah.
now. Volpe, the way he's getting on base, just look at that third inning, right? Let's backtrack to that third inning. Volpe
Mhm.
gets on via the walk, is an automatic distraction on first base. Soto gets a base hit, Judge 3-run home run. That's a lot. If
Yeah.
we that's a if we get that a lot, we're gonna have a very, very dangerous offense. Unfortunately, the bullpen couldn't come through today. You know what I'm saying? Nestor Cortez struggled to get through 5 innings. But more often than not, that's a recipe for success. Like I said, I'll take our 1 through 3 over anybody else in the league. The only thing that's concerning me about this Yankee team, like we talked about, is the defense on the infield. Anthony Rizzo, I don't know if he's getting older and stuff like that. It's because he's getting older, but he's making a lot of errors. He's made just as many errors so far in 16 games that he did all last year.
Yeah.
Gleyber
Four
Torres,
errors. 4
4 errors.
errors this season. He had 4 errors in the 92 games he played last year.
Yep. Realistically, it probably should be more because some of those other errors they addressed to other players. They gave to
Yep.
like Volpe or Cabrera, stuff like that. Gleyber Torres' defense continues to haunt us in the worst possible situation. Early this series, he gave them their only 2 runs with a 2-run error that could have gave them momentum when he threw the ball away. I think it was Saturday, the first game. Gleyber Torres gets a hot hit shot today. Perfect ball, the perfect ball that you need to cut the run down at the plate, and he just could not handle it. Big time players make plays in big time situations. Gleyber
Yep.
Torres is the opposite. He folds in
Mhm.
these situations. We've seen it happen multiple times. Last year, Tigers game, walk off
Yes.
error. This year, 2 runs so far given up. Gleyber Torres, and on top of that, his bat isn't doing anything. So overall, to me, the one person that's really frustrating me is Gleyber Torres. He needs to step up on both sides of the field.
Yeah, I mean, Glaber, I can't believe how poor he's been playing, man, especially in his walk here.
Yep.
Like last year, he was balling out. He's probably, take away Judge, but he was
Second
our
best hitter.
best hitter. Yeah, in
Mm-hmm.
this lineup. And he did make the mistakes on the field yet last year and the base running errors as well. But he's doing it. He'd had a great play. The play that he slid out, snagged it, and then Volpe handled the transfer. But he does stuff like that, and then he does the next at bat, he'll do the errors. So
Yep.
he's such inconsistency from him. And the one thing that you can, always can take away from Glaber is like, oh, well, he's a great hitter. Like he gets on base, blah, blah, blah. You can't even say that this season.
Nope.
Like we're 16 games in now. He's hitting below 200 now. And I can't believe how bad he's been playing, dude. I really can't. Like it sucks. It really does. But let's talk about Volpe real quick. We were talking about him. I just want to share his stats now. This guy is hitting
Player of the week.
382. Yeah, player of the week. He might win it again. But 382 batting average, 477 on base percentage. Just to put in perspective, he was on the on base percentage last season was at 283. So he's damn near doubled his on base percentage. Slug is at 564 with an OPS of 1.041, bro. Like,
Yep. Killing it.
wow. Wow.
Yeah. And let me tell you, he's a leadoff guy no matter what. I don't care.
Yeah.
If LeMahieu comes back and he's leading off, I'm going to be pissed because, like, dude, there's nothing that Volpe has done wrong this year, and he just sets the table. Like, he's a guy that I've been wanting to have as my dream scenario leadoff guy because
Mm-hmm.
now he's working the count. Two-strike approach looks amazing. Gets on base, can steal, go from first to third. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's the little things like that that make you a really good five-tool baseball player. They were saying Volpe didn't have the great arm. His arm looks pretty good. Won the Gold Glove last year, so we might have ourselves a stud. But he has to keep it going, and obviously the Soto effect helps. You're going to
Yeah.
see better pitches to hit with Soto behind you. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, man. So this is kind of the breakdown of what Gleyber Torres is doing so far. With this is his bat. Look at all this. That you want to see red. First of all, you don't see a lot of red right here, right? Other than the
See red in
chase.
the chase.
Well, that's good. That's good. He's
Yeah.
not chasing a lot, but the strikeout rate is at 20%, which is up from last season. He's not hitting it hard. He's not hitting it on the barrel. His slug, the batting average. I mean, everything's down, bro. Everything is down for this guy. Um, I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Like last year, he had a lot of good barrels, a lot of it seems like he was hitting it harder last season. So he was sitting at a 14.6% strikeout rate last season. That's up now to 20. So look, you go from 2021, 2022, he was up in the 20s, and he dropped that down to 14. That was something that we were, harping in on with Gleyber Torres, like, oh, he's working on the strikeout rate. But now it's back to where it was. So it's like this guy's he's not doing it, man. He's just not getting it done at all. And if I'm the Yankees, I'm sitting here saying like this we can easily move on from this guy.
Yeah, but who? The question is who, because
Yeah.
like you're not. First of all, I'm not giving. Like I said, I'm not giving Glaber for nothing. The Marlins love him. Do you want to? Do you want to conclude him in a deal for like a Lazardo, something like that? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not giving him away for nothing. And then we have to have somebody else to replace him. Like, who are you going to put up? Like if Vivas was killing it, I'd be like, okay, cool, fast track him up there. Can't be any worse than what Glaber's giving you, but that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You're going to move when LeMahieu comes back. You're going to play Waldo, play second, and then LeMahieu play third. Maybe switch them off at time to time. You maybe do a second base by platoon. But I think. Let me tell you this. This is what I ultimately think is going to happen. Gleyber Torres is going to finish out the year as a Yankee. They're going to let him walk for nothing.
Yeah.
So
I think so too. I don't think they're going to trade him. I just don't see that happening. Rico saying I would give Caleb Durbin a chance if he continues his torrid place at AAA. Yeah, Uncle Rico saying that Durbin's been balling in AAA's. He threw some stats out there. If Rico, if you want to throw the stats back up there so I can bring it up on the screen, but that's his guy, man. Durbin could be a potential.
Or call in Uncle Rico and let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, or call in. But we have someone that's calling in. Our guy Ken in the building every week. What is up, man?
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
What's up, dude?
Yeah, we're good. We're trying to get over the loss, but we're getting there. We're good.
You know what? I sat down and I ran numbers, and if the Yankees were to win every series that we play throughout the entire season, the record would be 110 and 52.
Yeah,
which is unheard of unless you're the Dodgers. But
that is
we
crazy.
are 12. We are 12-4, and we're doing okay. People have been down on various players. We're still 12-4, regardless of the play.
No doubt.
At the beginning of the year, Stanton's hitting 125. Oh, we should DFA him. We should shoot him. We should do something.
We should shoot him.
All of a sudden, this guy catches fire. He bangs out 4 home runs. His hard hit rate is over 95 miles an hour. And now he's a reclamation project. If we got him for 140 games this year without him being on the injured list, I believe that he's a 40 home run hitter.
Yeah, I mean, here's the stats right here on Stanton. Hard hit, barrel, exit velocity, slug, all great. But, that's the thing about him is the strikeout rates, the whiff rates, the chase rates. He doesn't get a lot of walks, but he is doing better. Like, so far hitting
But
234.
Let, let me tell you this. I think a lot of Yankee fans would feel better about Stanton too if he wasn't just clogging up the DH spot. If he can give you something in the outfield, it wouldn't be bad. Like I said, I'm not going to take away anything. He had a great week as well. You know what I'm saying? Like Stanton turned it around. He's running into some. He's having better at bats. This week, he wasn't chasing so much. You know what I'm saying? Walked a couple times. So, yeah, I mean, could he be turning it around? Absolutely. I'm not blaming one player for, regardless of how you feel, this was a good week for the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? It's even though the Yankees lost an opportunity to sweep this series, we need to go in feeling positive about this team overall. Was it disappointing? Did we want to sweep? Yes. Can't win every game, but it was still a great week.
most
No doubt.
definitely. Your sweeps are rare to happen, and it takes a lot of things to bounce your way for you to be able to sweep a team, especially in their own house.
Especially on a doubleheader too. You don't usually see a team sweep a
E-
doubleheader.
Exactly. Uh, our pitching staff, everybody was really worried about. But those guys are the starters are holding their own. Cortez didn't have the greatest start today, but he did what we needed to do to keep us in the game. And then I was reading some of the comments before I exited Max's game, and Glaber cost us the game. Blah blah blah. This Ferguson sucks. Blah blah that. And honestly, if you look at it, Volpe had the opportunity to get a double play and put us in a lot better situation. One batter ahead of Torres's error.
Yeah, the transfer. Yep.
Exactly. The transfer would have been an easy double play there. He just didn't do it. And sometimes that stuff happens. It's baseball. That's why you play the game. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the Yankees this year. The only question that I had was why the hell the Yankees brought Marinaccio back up. He wasn't
I'm
close to making the roster before, and when he
yeah.
showed up to pitch yesterday, he was terrible.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
I
he got
mean,
caught up for the obvious reasons. A doubleheader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Petit looked good though. Cody
right?
Petit, like that's going to get lost in the conversation, but he looked really good. You know what I'm saying? In his Yankee debut, I should say. But yeah, a lot of positives to take out of this series. Like to your point, it's hard to beat teams 3 out of 3 times. It's hard to win in baseball in general. But nevertheless, like just to put this year in perspective so far, outside of how the Marlins have played, which they've kind of shocked people, they were expected to be, somewhat decent this year. Yankees have had a tough schedule. We were able to take 4 from Houston, beat the Diamondbacks, reigning NL champions, beat a division rival, beat the Marlins, and then we beat the Guardians, who came in and outside of, like Max had said, to Max's point, they were killing it outside of this series against us, and now we're
Yeah.
going against the Blue Jays again. So we had a tough schedule to start. A lot of us might not have seen 12 wins, but they've gotten it. This team just feels different, and it's one loss at the end of the day. But luckily, we get to rebound tomorrow.
Something that I've been saying. People are talking how this team feels different. The Yankees are different than they have been in the past. What people are feeling is the dynasty years of the Yankees have passed. For instance, the core 4 and 5. That's how fans felt every season coming in and out. Is we didn't think we could lose ever.
Yeah.
And I mean that '98 season probably spoiled more Yankee fans than you could shake a stick at. Because we were on the verge of 120 wins.
Yeah, that's how it has that feel this year too, man. Like, I'm walking into every game like we're gonna win, and like I'm not even saying that as like a biased Yankee fan, but like that's the confidence I have in this group, man. And the thing is, like, what I've been loving the most is the consistency with the lineup. Like, yeah, we might see Oswaldo, like the 3 games where he didn't play, I didn't understand that, but like it was consistent the whole series with the Marlins. They had the same lineup in there. almost every single night. The only thing they're changing up is the catching spot, which you have to change up because especially with, a night game going into an afternoon game, you always, go with another catcher. That's
Yeah.
pretty much a standard move in baseball.
Yeah.
But like the consistent lineup that Boone is throwing out there, we didn't see that last season. And now, granted, it was hard for Boone to do that because people were going down left and right, but still, like that's what's keeping the camaraderie and the chemistry with these guys. They're playing together every single day. They're they know how to play with each other, it seems like. And that's one thing that we didn't do last season.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something a term that you use. It's not really in my vocabulary. Is swagger. And with Verdugo and Soto, you've seen the attitude show up on the other players in plays. I mean, hell, I don't know how many years I've watched Stanton. I've never seen him do a bat flip after a home run. He's done
Yeah.
it a couple of times this year. Uh, Even Glaber's gotten solid hits. You never seen him pumping his chest, but he's done it. You got Dugo out in the yard, out in right field or left field making a great play, and he's barking at the outfielders. So that's a dynamic that we haven't had in a lot of years.
I like the term you use. He's out in the yard. He's a dog. He's out in the yard over there. Yeah. No, but like you said, man, we got the swagger, and it's just like what Soto said. It feels like a family already. 16 games in, these guys are going to war for each other. There's some guys that's been struggling, of course, but it's still so early in the season. The thing that we have to do as fans and Ace and I as content creators, we got to find stuff to talk about. So we're gonna have to like talk about some of the players that are struggling and all this stuff. But like at the end of the day, the other guys are picking those guys up. Like Volpe, for instance, picking up like if Volpe wasn't doing this, if he was hitting like he was hitting last season, and Glaber's now hitting 200. It might be a different story. This lineup might be completely different, but it seems like Volpe's taken Glaber's spot that he was doing last season, right? So it's like next man up. These guys are picking each other up. Rizzo's been struggling a little bit, but Stanton was heating up. Judge struggling. This is his worst start to a season, but Soto's here. He's picking him up. So it's like that's what's different about this team is like when one guy struggles, someone else steps up.
Yeah. Throughout the course of baseball, baseball is a sport where you really need 2 to 3 hitters to get hot at certain times. It's about peaks and valleys. 2 or 3 hitters can carry you for 2 weeks. Cabrera got hot in the beginning, carried us through a couple of games. Soto's been consistent. You need 2 or 3 good hitters and a couple guys just to be consistent because everybody's going to have their ups and downs. Like now Cabrera might be tailing off a little bit. Maybe now Stanton's getting hot or Judge is getting hot. And you don't need the key to baseball that's very disastrous is when everybody's hot at the same time. Because then that means everybody's going to be cold at the same time. So you need everybody to kind of balance each other out and stuff. But so far we've seen that. Cabrera got off to a good start. Volpe's been super hot. Soto's been his normal, consistent self. Judge looks like he's getting it going along with Stanton. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they start taking over because outside of the last couple of games, outside of today, Trevino and Wells have been a black hole. They haven't produced anything. But you can have those other guys step up.
Well, if you're talking about Trevino got 2 hits yesterday. He got a couple today. He put one on Class A, which nobody expected. That put a smile on my face.
Right.
When he started the game on Saturday, his batting average was .051.
He only had the one hit. He only had the one hit. Yeah.
He's up to 154 now, and he started to tilt the needle. Something that surprised me, though, is runners running on him. Usually he has that cannon of an arm, and
his arm looks
it didn't
dead,
look so good yesterday.
Yeah, his arm looks dead. There's a couple of throws that the accuracy, and they bounce like 2 feet in front of the bag. Like his arm looks like and that's what happens when because he's older. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, I'm still all for giving Austin Wells the at-bats, even if you're facing lefties, because Wells is a young player. He's going to need that time to kind of get it going. You know what I'm saying? And Austin Wells does tend to start slow. So a slow start along with not playing could put him in a bigger slump. Look, Wells is the future more than Trevino is. I'd rather see Wells,
Oh,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion, get the at bats, even if he's struggling, and even if it's against a lefty.
Look at these stats for Soto, man. I'm looking at the one of the best. Like this is 99 out of 100, so he's the second best in the major league right now with exit velocity, second best with chase percentage, third best with walk. Like this guy doesn't do anything wrong. The fielding is what people thought. Oh, he's not a good fielder, but look at the fielding, the range, the arm value. That's up from last season. Soto doesn't do anything wrong. Like this guy. I mean, me and Ace were talking about this back in 2022. Like we when we were thinking about making the trade right for Soto, this is what the player that we're getting. This guy does everything, man. Hitting 344, 468 on base, way up from last season. Now it's of course small sample size. Slug is up. Everything is up, man. Like this guy, words can't describe.
You're talking his career norms. So he's not
Yeah.
doing anything really different than he's done. He's the same ball player whether he's in San Diego or Washington. And in New York, I tend to think that he's more comfortable with the fan base there. I think he'll play better in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's one number that stands out to me for Soto, the age, 25, and he's killing it now. We don't even know if he's reached prime yet. This is what I'm saying. Give him a blank check at this point. Like, and it looks like he loves being here. He looks good in the pinstripes. He's changing the culture. I don't see how Cashman and them, who have made all the right moves this offseason, don't bring him back. I think it's, like I said, I think it's about 80-85% chance we bring him back.
Yeah, like
I don't think that the Yankees have any doubt that they want to re-sign him 100%.
Oh, but
I
it's just
think
about
it's
the money,
his,
though. Yeah.
it's his dadgum agent that's going to be the hang.
Yeah, Scott Boras is he's testing the market. Like there's no way around it. It's gonna happen. Of course, the Yankees will probably be number one in his priority list. Now, if we go out there and win the World Series, that's for damn sure. He's definitely gonna want to come back, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, this is the big payday for him. I do think he might make no, I don't even think he can get an opt out after maybe he can do an opt out year 5 in the contract when he turns 30, 31. Maybe that's a stipulation in his deal, which I think he should do it, right? But at the end of the day, I think the Yankees are going to be a top priority for him. Now the Mets are going to be bidding like crazy on him. We know that. Like Steve Cohen has already put that in the air. But if I'm Soto, would you rather play for the Mets or for the Yankees? Let's be honest. Like
the Yankees, but the Mets are starting to play better, so we need them to stink.
No, they are.
Yeah, we need them to stink. Like so that way, it's not even a question.
And Uncle Rico's saying Cleveland simply walked Soto several times this weekend to face Judge instead. That's that's what this guy does, man. And that's why it's such a nice thing to have protection now. We have protection with Judge. So Soto and Judge, and then like we were saying, if Stanton gets going, the 2, 3, 4 hitters in this lineup is best in baseball when they're on.
The 1, 2, 3.
Scott,
including Volpe.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit with that. Like I said, there is very little to complain about this team. This team is fantastic. And I mean, we pick up Garrett Cole in a couple of months. It's like we got to trade for a number one starter.
Yeah.
What does the rotation look like after we plug him back into it?
Mm-hmm. And right now, Judge is actually leading I think he's leading the league in walks, which is like him and Soto, they're getting on base. I mean, Judge is definitely struggling, but like you said, he's starting to warm up now. The strikeout rate, 18%, whiff rate is kind of high, but he's going to get going. It's unheard of to see Judge hit 211. It's unheard of. He's a 280 career hitter. Once he gets going, dude, this team is going to be that much better.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I agree.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? It's a long season. And you know what? The most important game is the next one. So got to start with Toronto. Let's go ahead and smack them a little bit. And win the series, make it 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Toronto looks like they're trying to make a rivalry between us, and it really hasn't been ever.
No, they want it to be, but it's really
Yeah,
not. Yeah.
exactly. And I mean, Guerrero with his shush after he hits his home run, and they're losing by 8 runs. It's like, yeah, all right, that was impactful. Shut up and go sit on the bench.
Yeah. All right, Ken. I appreciate you calling in like always, brother.
Yep.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Great show. Enjoyed
you, bro.
being here.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Always welcome, man. I'm gonna start bringing up some of these interviews from today in the clubhouse on Twitter.
All right.
Feel
Feel free
let's
to call in now, guys. Now's the time. Let's do it. I know you guys
Yeah,
want to
call
voice your
in.
opinions on the Yankees.
call in. So this is Judge. He's sharing his thoughts. Hold on, let's go to right here. Aaron Judge shares his thoughts on team confidence and Volpe's adjustments in the last year.
Aaron, tough to watch this one slip away after getting to Class A and then taking the lead in extras.
Yeah, it's always a tough one. Anyone you lose is a tough one, but guys were fighting till the end. They came up with some big at bats. We came up with some big at bats, and I feel like all series, guys were just competing up there and kind of doing their thing. We just weren't able to pull this one out in the end.
Talk about big at bats. It seemed like Anthony Volpe has been on base constantly to start this season. What did you think of that at bat he had against Class A?
Incredible. I don't know how many at bats he has against one of the best closers in the game, but for him to come up there and bat off some tough pitches and then 2 strikes, whatever it was, drive a ball to right field like that and get it over his head and good base running there to get the guy in. So that was impressive. He's just been impressive to watch all season long, and we're going to continue to watch that, I think.
So right there, Judge 5 for 18 last 5 games, 3 doubles, a homer, 3 RBI, 6 walks with a 1.069 OPS.
We need it.
Starting to get heated up.
What's the biggest difference that you've noticed in his, I don't know if it's approach at the plate or swing? He talked all off season about flattening his bat path. Just purely as a hitter, what's the biggest difference that you've seen?
Just his ability to use the whole field right now. That's one thing that I saw watching him in the minor leagues. He did a great job of, hitting the ball to left, hitting the ball to right. 2 strikes, 3-1 count, didn't matter what the count was. And then that's what we're seeing now is just, him kind of doing the same thing. I think last year, it's anybody's first year in the big leagues making it out of camp. You're excited. And, but the special thing about Anthony is he's the type of guy that he's going to make changes. He's going to make adjustments to get better every single year. And that's what we witnessed in the off season. And, it's all paying off for him so far this year.
That was a 100-mile-an-hour cutter. How hard is that to get into the gap on a pitch like that?
It's tough. Like I said, anything, with triple digits and, moving like a cutter, it's damn near impossible to hit, but he took a great swing and he didn't try to do too much with it. Just try to stay inside it. And you get rewarded when you do things like that.
How much confidence would you say this team has in its infield defense, despite the plays that didn't go your way today?
Oh, we got a lot of special players around that infield, especially starting at first base with a guy like Anthony Rizzo, platinum
I love that question, by the way.
glove winner. Days like today happen. Got to learn from it and move on. But, I think everybody in this team knows that's one of our strengths is our infield defense and what they can do. So just got to move on.
Earned a couple doubles yesterday, big home run today at the time. Are you starting to feel more settled at the plate?
No, not yet. Always working.
Okay.
Special shout out to Judge's barber. My man looking crispy
know,
up there with
looking-
the fade, boy.
Woo! That thing
Ooh.
look at that line, man. That thing looking crisp.
Max, you might need to hit that barber, man.
Wow. You
Nah,
see
I'm
my
talking
hair?
about, I'm talking about you would look dope with the fade is what I'm saying. Like,
I used to rock a fade, man, but
you should do
Those
that,
days
man.
are
Do the
done.
little curls on top with the fade on the side.
little curls like yeah. Oh man.
But,
But,
yeah, man, I like the answers that he was giving. So
Yeah.
great.
This is Anthony Volpe. Let me bring this one up. Anthony Volpe reflects on today's tough loss in Cleveland. Oh man.
What do they tell you? There's not a lot of guys who throw 100-mile-an-hour cutters. He says the guys that faced it, and gave you advice on approach. What did they tell you?
Just kind of how it moved, what to expect, and like stuff like that.
This guy's so chill.
No
So
play ball on the
just
10th. Was that just couldn't get a grip on it when coming out of your glove, or what happened?
Yeah, I just bobbled it.
I'm surprised you guys taking your
I mean, that's what you need to do in New York media, the one-word answers.
Yeah, a ton. I mean, we're out there, obviously working all the time to make those type of plays. So it's definitely taking on the chin when you're not able to.
What do they
This guy,
tell you
this
stuff?
guy just seems like he doesn't want to talk to no. Like that's another thing, man. These guys seem legit mad. You know
Or I just
that,
want to go out and play. Stop asking me questions.
yeah, no doubt.
No.
All right, let's look at the standings so far here early in the season. 16 games in. I think the Blue Jays won.
They did.
They did win. They won 5-0. So let's bring this screen up real quick. Take a look at what we're looking at right now. So the Yankees 2.5 game lead in the AL East so far. Orioles sitting at 9-6. Look at this division, bro. Like everyone's 500 or up. Even the Red Sox are 9-7.
Yeah. Well, the West is a little bit, shaky, but let me tell you, Royals look pretty good. The Guardians are solid as well. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's a pretty tough division as well.
Yeah. And the Tigers, bro. Look at them, 9-6.
Yeah. So we'll
Yeah,
see what
let's
happens.
check.
The White Sox, a little surprised they're as that bad.
No,
So
I
they were in sell mode, but I didn't think they were going to be that bad.
thought they
So-
were. Their team is atrocious. The whole franchise is a mess.
You expect Houston to be that bad?
No, the Sacramento A's are 6-9. They're better than the freaking Astros are doing right now. It's crazy. Marlins are going on a run there, Ace.
Uh-oh.
They're going on a run.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding.
But Yankees still best team in baseball as of right now. But you got to just keep it going. Like I know a lot of people would like I said want this sweep, but can't win them all. But like I said, a lot of good things. Got a lot of good things looking forward to.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. So we got looks like no one else wants to call in. I know it's early, Texas. I'm just being funny. I'm being funny. Maybe I do think the Houston Astros will turn it around, but
Yeah, but it's at a certain point where you don't want to dig yourself too deep of a hole.
yeah. So thank you. Hey, I mean, looks like no one else wants to call in, Ace. So I guess we're done here. It's been a hell of a week. 4-2. Tough week next week, guys. We got 2 division rivals, Blue Jays and then the Rays. So it's gonna be a fun week of baseball for the Yankees tomorrow. Game 1 at 7:00. Ace, last words before we head out of here, man. For the week.
It's been a good week, Yankee fans. We appreciate Max and myself, appreciate everybody for all your support, whether you've liked, commented, subscribed, shared the stream. We genuinely appreciate it as content creators. That is the best thing that you guys can do is just support. But this Yankee team has a lot of good things to look forward to, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep it going. Like gotta keep winning these series, continue to be the best team in baseball. And you know what? Just great to just be great to even feel like this team is good again. Because it's been a while. It has been a while.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
let's
we
go
did
Yankees.
this. We did this in 2022. We started really hot, then we fizzled out at the end. Hopefully, we don't do that. But before we head out, let's get next week predictions for the record. What do you think the Yankees are going to go next week before we leave out?
Both 3-game sets. Yankees are off Thursday. Same thing. 4-2.
4-2.
I'm gonna say 2 more series wins. We'll lose 1-2 each of the teams.
Yeah, I'm going 4-2. You know what? Yeah, I'm going 4-2. I was gonna say 5-1. I was gonna feel, we're gonna sweep somebody. Nah, it's gonna be tough to sweep these guys, but it would be nice to sweep one of them. It would be awesome.
I'm ready for Jackie Robinson Day tomorrow.
Oh yeah, is that the hat right there?
No, it's up there.
Okay, he's ready
He's
for
gonna bust out tomorrow. But Jackie
Hey,
Robinson. Everybody's wearing 42 tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
it's gonna be fun.
right.
Fun game. Real Bill says 5-1.
5-1. Okay, so who we gonna lose to, Bill? The Jays or the Rays?
So we're at home this next weekend. We're at
Against the
home against the Rays. So
Yep.
I don't know. Out of the two, to me, I mean, they're both. Well, one of them's 9-7. One of them's 8-8. They're both playing pretty good. Justin Turner's been really good for the Blue Jays, but I would say say Toronto, we'd probably have a better chance of sweeping.
I would say the Rays would probably have a better chance of sweeping. Just because Toronto's going to be at home, I give them a chance to get one.
Yeah. Kevin
So,
Gossman's been struggling for the. I did not expect that. Kevin Gossman has been struggling.
Yeah. Then the week after that, 4-game set against the Athletics. So,
Yeah.
4-game sweep on that one.
It should be, but we might not. We might lose one. We might lose one against the A's.
Same week as the NFL draft.
Should be, yeah, should be a sweep though. But all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We will see you next week. We'll both be. Are you going live tomorrow?
I'll be live until. Look, I didn't think I was going to be able to go live this weekend. I'm going until I don't have any foreseeable days off going. Even with my voice shot, I'm still going.
What about the draft?
See, that's it. I might, but I'm still going to be covering the Yankees at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm going to be doing like a little dual thing. So, what about you?
I probably won't be live for the draft. I'll be watching the draft with my buddies.
Oh no, I'm talking about for the Yankees. You should
be
this week.
Yeah, I'll be live. I'll be here. So another week of Yankees baseball, man. Let's hope we go 4-2. Stay risen. Hopefully he starts to wake up a little bit here.
Yeah, his defense sucks.
Jesus, bro. He just looks like he's lazy. Like, remember that before we head out, that last little weak toss? I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on now.
No. People, before we head out too, people keep asking me, do you think it's still because he's concussed? I'm like, no, because his offense is decent. I think it's because he's getting older. Like, you can't stretch as far. Okay, another thing too. A couple people ask me, would you want to see Judge, future first baseman?
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while because, like, that's usually what happens with outfielders. When they get older, they start learning first base. We saw it with Albert Pujols. We saw it with Miguel Cabrera. He started in the outfield, then he went to third, then first. Like, it just happens. Bryce Harper. I mean, that was a whole nother story because of an injury, but still, like, we see that happen a lot in baseball. So I do think Judge could be a first baseman, especially with Spencer Jones, Dominguez, hopefully Soto, right, for the foreseeable future. I do think Judge moves to first, especially because Rizzo is going to be most likely gone, not this season, but next, right? He's on a team
option? Team option, player option.
It's a team option, so they can deny it. He can walk, or they can just pick it up. He'll be back next season. Yeah. But then again, we have Ben Rice, but he is older in the farm, so we'll see. First base is going to be a very interesting, like, decision for them to make this season, this off season.
Move Judge to first, you may be able to save 2 or 3 years of his career.
Yeah, exactly. And once Stanton is gone, then you can just move Judge to the DH spot until he's retired, right? So,
which is unfortunate because Judge still has such a good arm. You know what I'm saying? He's still a good outfielder. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you just want to. It's all about prolonging his career.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, you can't have him 35, 36 years old out there running around in the outfield still. The bat's going to be still there probably, but, the fielding's going to go eventually. But, all right, y'all. It's always love, peace, chicken grease on Max Coverage TV and Da Ace Avenue, man. We are out of here until the next stream. We see you then. Have a good rest of your Sunday, everybody. We out of here. Peace.